And it's kind of like a virtual bulletin board. So if you have something you'd like to share with your student, a positive comment, or maybe take some cute pictures or something that you want to share, feel free to share those on here. It's really, really helpful for us when we're having our conversation after the concert tomorrow morning. And I'll hit play and we'll watch it and I'll say, how did it go? And they'll go, it was good. It was fine. And I'll say, what did your family say? I think my mom said it was fine. It was good. So if you have something that you'd like to share that's, positive, please share with us so that we actually get the truth. That'd be really helpful. Throughout the program, you'll be hearing from some of our participants. They'll just be reading some program notes and kind of sharing a little bit about each piece for you. We hope you enjoy.
Dragonfire. Get ready to enter a world of dragons and magic. This fiery piece is filled with bloody sounds and exciting rhymes. Imagine a mighty dragon soaring through the sky, breathing fire and guarding his treasure. This music is powerful and thrilling, just like a dragon's roar.
Inside McDougal's head. This piece takes you on an exciting adventure deep underground. This music is mysterious and full of surprises, like discovering hidden passages and secret treasures. As you listen, imagine creeping through a dark cave and uncovering its secrets, the secrets of McDougal's head.
This beautiful and gentle piece is based on a famous poem by Edgar Allan Poe. It tells the story of a deep and lasting love. The music is soft and emotional like a quiet memory. Listen closely and to hear the beauty and sadness woven into it.
Aliens Landed in Your Backyard by John Pisco. What would you do if aliens landed in your backyard? This fun and wacky piece imagines a playful alien vision. The music is full of strange sounds and wild rhythms, like spaceships, laser beams, and curious creatures from another world. Listen carefully for some out of this world surprises.
Okay, our 7th grade band has one more piece for you. Like we said in the program, you'll see that there are little duets and some trios. So we'll do some shifting around here on the stage, and the 8th graders will line up. Okay, wonderful. You have one more piece.
It's time to move and groove. This lively piece mixes two fun dance styles, the twist and a big stomping beat. The music is upbeat and playful, making you want to tap your toes and tap along. Get ready to twist, stomp, and have a blast with this energetic tune. Twist and stomp.
good. Okay. This is the 8th grade band. This is their final middle school concert. I know, right? It's so sad. I'm so sad. See more about that later. But they also have 5 selections for you, and you'll also be hearing from some of them reading some program notes for you.
The word primordium means the very beginning of something. This piece takes you back to the time when the world was new and full of possibilities. The music starts softly, like the first spark of life, and grows into bold and powerful sounds. Listen closely to hear how the music builds from a small beginning into something big and exciting.
Our next piece is Shackleford Banks. Imagine wild horses running free along the coast. This piece brings the shore to life. Shackleford Banks is a real place where wild mustangs live. The music is bold and adventurous, with fast rhythms that sound like galloping hooves. You'll feel like you're riding alongside these powerful and free-spirited horses.
It's time to dance. An Irish jig is a fast and lively song for running. This piece will have your toes tapping. The music is playful and quick with a cheerful melody that makes you want to move. Imagine a group of dancers spinning and leaping with joy as they listen.
Porkstow Grange. This piece tells the story of a fight between two workers at a place called Porkstow Grange. It's based on an old English folk song that's both beautiful and a little sad. The music is calm and flowing, like a gentle breeze across the countryside. As you listen, imagine hearing this old story being passed down through the years.
I can't believe it's already the end. That's it. Oh my gosh. Like I said before, this 8th grade class's last middle school band concert. They were the first 6th grade class that I would have had at this school, and I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. I have loved working with you every single day, and I can't imagine what my days are gonna be like next year without you. So please come back and visit, and I'm very excited to see what they'll do in the future. So thank you so much for being so amazing. Thank you for raising these people, because they're, like I said, I can't say too much more because I'm getting choked up. So they're wonderful. Thank you for sharing them with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here and supporting them. Thank you for supporting the 7th grade, the 8th grade. Thank you for supporting music and the arts. We really appreciate it. We put a lot of time and energy and effort into it, and it means the world that you're here for these students. So thank you so much. We have one more piece for you this evening.
Our final piece of the night is from Aladdin. Get ready to take a magic carpet ride. This piece features some of your favorite songs from Disney's Aladdin. You'll hear exciting and familiar tunes like A Whole New World and Friend Like Me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this magical musical adventure.
Well, sitting on those, I don't know. Plays everywhere. There's nothing worse than sitting on a plane and not going anywhere. See, you get a call in the middle of the night and have to go pick her up? Oh, okay.
Bye, Mr. Arnold.
Get your phone. Go behind it. Your turn. And I started singing. Go. Where is the camera? Oh, it's right there.